देवद्विजगुरु प्राज्ञा पूजनं शौचमार्जवम् ब्रह्मचर्यमहिंसां च शारीरं तप उच्यते. So now, if we remember, Lord Krishna is supposed to discuss about, let us say, 3 things, about 4 topics. Now already Ahara and Yajna covered. Now we are covering tapas. When we looked at Ahara and Yajna, it was divided only from Guna Drishtya, from the standpoint of quality. So that's why Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. Whereas when it came to tapas, so Lord Krishna thought of dividing into 2 categories. So one was called Karana Drishtya as an instrument. Then comes Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic called Guna Drishtya. That's why from verse number 14 to 19, 6 verses is on tapas. So first 3 verses Karana Drishtya and rest 3 verses Guna Drishtya. So while discussing this Karana Drishtya, so first it was being said that called Kaika, Vachasika, then Manasa. Physical, then comes oral, then finally mental. So here when you look at the tapas, as you know, generally we have different type of meanings of tapas. So we call as general meaning and specific meaning. So general meaning means austerity. Whereas when we say specific meaning, that means what? We say that when a person does willful self-denial, so that the person will be able to understand whether the person has got mastery over sense organs and mind or not. So that's why we call as the specific meaning of tapas is called self-discipline. But in these verses, especially here is being highlighted this verse more on general meaning, not on specific meaning. Now when this happens also we need to see, because tapas we need to understand is something to be understood. It cannot be imposed upon anyone. Because if it is imposed upon anybody, that becomes a suffering. That's why we say a forced self-denial is a suffering. Whereas voluntarily, if a person does self-denial, that is called tapas, that is called discipline, that is called austerity. Because when we force self-denial upon someone, this becomes suppression. And it is not healthy for that person. That's why we cannot impose, especially, fasting. On Shivaratri day, fasting to be done, or on Ekadasi, fasting to be done. You cannot impose on anybody, unless you belong to one particular religion, okay? So even if children also cannot sip water, hidingly you can do it, okay? In publicly you cannot do it. So that's why here we very carefully say, that means tapas to be understood and to be followed. Now, when he talks this thing, also we need to see how. He says, Deva Dvija Guru Prajna Pujanam is called tapas. That we have seen in details what happens later on stage. Then next one is called Shaucham. So Shaucham means external cleanness. Be very clear. Because external cleanness is must. If there is no external cleanness, there cannot be internal cleanness. Now we talk about external cleanness. Now India is picking up, Swachh Bharat, clean India. So which cleaning I don't know, okay? That's another point, my joke. However, all over the world talk about this cleanness. Lord Krishna also has talked long back, don't worry. Everything is available here. So physical cleanness is must for mental cleanness. To take care of my body, like cleaning my body, and of course the dress and other things that is related to the body or wherever body moves, including house or surrounding. Because without cleanness, your mind cannot be focused. Your mind cannot be organized. So let me not get into too much. There are a lot of points to discuss, so that we'll go quickly. Then the next one is called Arjavam. So Arjavam means straightforwardness. So when I say straightforwardness, that means whatever comes to my mind, I cannot talk. That is not straightforwardness, that is called stubbornness. So straightforwardness means aligning yourself with your thinking and with the speech, and finally at this point here is aligning with reference to action. Because being physical tapas, so it is to the physical body. Why and how? I will give you a beautiful point. Here, straight away you can take that Arjavam means here, just to start with one aspect called punctuality. Because if you observe, if a person is not punctual, I am sorry, definitely the person is not aligned. Do you agree or not? Means you decide to start. Don't bring women here, okay? Not, I am not telling, okay? So, coming, God knows how many hours goes, okay? So sometimes also happens to come into the class, okay? Don't worry. Here, we say very carefully that how you decide to get up or to go somewhere in a given time, then how your mind plays a role, later on your speech, then finally your body or activities follows. Whereas when you are punctual, you will discover that everything that you are doing, it has a alignment. You align yourself. So aligning myself not with others, aligning myself with my thinking process, with my speech, and then action. And if you discover, if you keep aligning all the time with your mind, time will come, you will get tired and frustrated with the aligning with the mind. then you will start understanding, what is happening. Then you will get aligned with the surroundings and everything. But the problem is, I align myself according to my convenience. You understand? Last night I decided with the surrounding that I'll get up at 5. Now when I get up, I align myself with my body and mind. No, I'll get up at 8. That is alignment, okay? It's not that you didn't align. So your alignment is according to your convenience. So that's why the next one is called Arjavam. That's why punctuality, you can bring it straight away, absolutely no problem. Then called Brahmacharyam. So Brahmacharyam has got different meaning. Comes celibacy, also comes chastity. For Grihastha ashrama chastity, and for other ashrams comes called celibacy. Then ahimsa. Ahimsa means not hurting others physically. So that means I don't hurt physically anybody. So these are called Shariram Tapaha iti. Okay, if this is the Shariram Tapam, then what is to be done? Says, look, read now next. Anudbegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva Bhagmayam tapa uchyate. Now, he goes to the next, says, look, let us discuss about back tapas, called verbal discipline. Actually, verbal discipline is supposed to be understood, not to be practiced. I remember in my childhood, there was a group in Odisha, which is very nice, fascinating. They follow Maunam, they practice Maunam, especially on Sundays, whole day. They know whole day time they do Maunam. So I also noticed people, they follow like morning 8 o'clock to evening, let us say 6 o'clock, they decide. Fantastic. Do you know what they do is, they keep all the energy to shout at after 6. And you know better, especially wife and husband, when they fight. So after some time, wife takes a break. It's not that she takes break just for the sake, because she has shouted so much, so tired, fed up of, want to take break, gain some energy, again come back to fight, okay? So also husband, don't worry, okay? But here we say very carefully that even though we have 10 sense organs, 5 karmendriyas and 5 gyanendriyas. But here Lord Krishna is taking only back tapas. What is the purpose? Why not all other things put together? Something. Because we need to understand the importance of it. This back tapas, verbal discipline, has both one karmendriya and one gyanendriya involved. Number 1. So what is gyanendriya here? Jihva, the taste. Here jihva, the tongue is involved. That's why, and of course the mouth. Now we need to understand how this two together becomes most important factor in our life. This is to be understood carefully, because the first point is that always we are proud that we are human beings because of intellect. Other animals, they have their intellect but not that much developed as we human beings have. But another factor also is there. We human beings are having developed speech. We can make different type of noise. And of course, we can create a rhythmic noise, logical noise. That's why grammar comes. So only it can be possible by human being, not any other animal. Maybe aliens, we have to find it out, okay? They will do it, okay? So that you don't understand anything. However, when we have this developed speech therapy, so that means what? We also need to understand the importance of my speech. So that means when only I understand the power of speech, then only I will be able to understand what is verbal discipline. Because this power of speech comes from the mouth. And of course, when I understand the power of speech, I also need to understand the power of each word that I use. That's why I have to be careful in searching words while making a sentence. But generally what I do, so whatever comes to me, I blab. That's why the first point I need to understand that I am a responsible speaker. Because unless and until I take this responsibility that I am a responsible speaker, I cannot use my organs of action called back in a proper way, and my speech can never become powerful. Once I understand that I am a responsible speaker, now I need to have complete information. I cannot have incomplete information, because incomplete information destroys others, creates disturbances. So that's why once I understand I am a responsible speaker, understanding the importance of the word, then having complete information, I open my mouth. Then next step is what? I understand the quality of my words. Because if I understand the quality of my words, I cannot deliver quantity. Can you see this point? If I am quality oriented person, can I have quantity? It will not work. Because everybody complains, especially women, my husband is not listening to me. Why? Because you are focusing on quantity. Clear? So if you are focusing on quantity, why others should listen to you? That's why if I am quality oriented, automatically people will start listening to. That's why many Swamiji practice. half other can listen, half other will not able to listen to. They practice, I am not telling you jokes. Because they have to present themselves, they are enlightened people, blah, 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 all these things, okay? Let us not get into. Then once I understand that I am a quality speaker, also I need to check my quality, means quality control. That is next level. Once in a while, I must listen to me, myself. How I talk, how I present myself. That's why we say, once I go for quality control, which includes my speech and body language. Because long before you open your mouth to communicate something, already your body communicates. Before you say no to somebody, your body has already communicated no. Does it happen or not? The way you walk, the way your face. So that means it is clear. If I want to understand the quality, I need to check my words, this quality control. So once I understand there is a quality, then I will see a big change in me. That's why here it says, Anudvega karam vakyam. Let us go to the verse. So the vakyam, yet the speech which Anudvega karam does not cause agitation. That's why I spoke all the methods. Means the speech that is quality and also quality controlled. It's not only quality oriented, quality controlled. So quality check, stamp is there. Then comes Satyam. So when it talks about Satyam, it is truthful. Because why it is truthful? Of course we need to look at, because I do not disagree with my thinking. See, why I tell lie? Or when do I tell lie? Just observe. First time when I tell lie. First time. Later on it becomes habitual, that is another thing. You yourself will not know that when you did tell lie, okay? Suppose if by mistake if you tell a truth, that will be night you cannot sleep. You understand, oh, something is seriously wrong with me, okay? So here, when you don't disagree with yourself, you tell lie. That's why you can see, we call as that multiple or divided, instead of multiple, divided personality. Like, a person was drunk and did lot of mischief and was arrested, taken to the court. Meanwhile, many hours have passed away. Then the judge heard everything, asked, release him. That time, the public prosecutor started arguing very badly. How is it possible? The person has done so many things, must learn a lesson. This is not right. We must punish that person, the person. The judge said, which person you want to punish? The person who was drunk is no more here. Bring that fellow, I am ready to give the verdict. That person needs to be punished, no doubt in it. But the person who is standing here is entirely different. How can I punish this person who is not responsible for anything? So that's why you can see this is called divided personality. And this divided personality, if it is not taken care of properly, becomes multiple personality. Anybody, remember, develops this multiple personality syndrome, very carefully I am using this word, psychological language. Anybody develops multiple personality syndrome must be a professional liar. Unless the person believes in his or her lies, cannot develop this multiple personality syndrome. It's impossible. And moreover, when I develop this multiple personality syndrome, I am in the hell. I pretend everything is okay with me. But in reality, I cannot be a happy person at all, nor I can make happy anybody. And when this multiple personality syndrome continues, I am not telling you jokes, many cases I have observed, it leads to Parkinson's disease. It's amazing observation, you can observe this point. Like somebody in earlier days we used to say, diabetic is the disease for rich people. Nowadays we say Parkinson is a disease for rich people. Because you need more money to, survive. That's why Satyam is important. Then comes Priyam Hitam Cha Yat. It should be pleasant and beneficial. And of course, when I say, or here Lord Krishna highlights, Priyam and at the same time it is beneficial. If it is not beneficial, let me not open my mouth. That's why we say Satyam Vada. But definitely Anrutam Mahavada. You don't have to tell lies. But at the same time, Priyam Satyam Vada. It should be Priyam, pleasant, palatable. Satyam api apriyam Mahavada. Even if it is truth, but it is not palatable, better keep quiet. You can buy time, not necessary. That's why there comes quality. Not only quality, quality check. That's why here is being said, Priyam Hitam. Only Priyam is dangerous. Then you become what? All the time we call, this chatukaras. Starts, soaping others, buttering others, praising others unnecessarily. Like how in politics they do it, okay? So whatever Papu does, great job. Or whatever Modi does, great job. Both, don't worry. Not necessarily. So Priyam and Hitam. More of it. Please. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.